Hi, and welcome to Annie Joe Yoga. Today's theme is engaging our creativity. We're going to start off with our Guillen Mudra, making the OK signs with our hands and resting them on top of our thighs as we begin to focus on our breathing and centering ourselves for today's practice as we begin to clear our mind, allowing the thoughts that enter to exit as well. Nicely done. From here, we're going to start to move our neck in a circular motion, starting going to the left and around slowly, just opening up all the muscles in our neck and our back, feeling all the tightness release out of the body. Opening ourselves to our creativity today. And we'll switch directions. Good. Nicely done. We'll take our right hand behind our back. Our left hand is coming to the top of our head or to the side as we start to gently pull and stretch that neck. So just be kind here to yourself and just feel the opening of the neck as we pull and switch sides. Nicely done. From here, we're going to walk our hands forward into a forward fold while still remaining in our easy pose. Still focusing on our breathing, opening up that back today, preparing our body for our practice. And when you're ready, we'll walk our hands back and begin to straighten out both legs. Taking the right leg over the left thigh, placing the foot on the outside. We're taking that left tricep, pushing against our thigh as we get into our side stretch. So we're opening up the spine here, inhaling through the nose, lengthening that spine, and exhaling out of the mouth, getting deeper into that stretch. And we'll switch sides. Same thing here. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale deep into that stretch. Nicely done. From here, we'll cross both legs to the seated posture, then bring our hands out forward. On our hands and our knees, we'll start in cat-cow. So inhale into cow, shoulders and hips up, and then we'll exhale into cat, bringing that belly button up towards the sky, and just following the pace of our own breath here, rounding that back in cat. When you're ready, we'll take that left arm out and we'll thread the needle through, walking the right hand up overhead. Shoulders to the ground, our ears to the ground as we're threading that needle. Maybe even Princess Thea will come over to say hello. When you're ready, we'll bring that right hand back, press up into tabletop, right hand's coming around, threading that needle as we walk the left hand overhead, breathing in through the side body, opening up our shoulders and our back. Finding some relaxation before we move throughout today's practice. Today we're going to work on getting into half moon pose. Bring that left hand beside the head, push back up into tabletop, send our hips back, we'll bring our hands out in front into child's pose. Opening up our hips, the toes are together, knees are out wide. If at all today that we feel uncomfortable or any pose is too much, we'll find ourselves back into child's pose, finding safety and security in today's practice. We'll walk our hands to the right side of the mat, opening up that left side of the body, inhaling in through all the tightness and exhaling all that tightness out of the body. So excited. Half moon is going to be a nice balancing pose. It will be more difficult. We'll switch sides, walking our hands over to the other side. Just continuing to breathe through the tightness through here. I'm super excited because it's a little more difficult than usual. We're going to add some of our balancing poses that we've done before to help us make the connections that we need to with the body to make half moon accessible to us. Nicely done. From here, we're going to go into downwards facing dog. You can pedal feet side to side. Take a deep inhale. We're moving into our sun salutations, walking our feet forward and exhaling into our forward fold. Inhale, halfway's lift, bringing that spine straight. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, swooping hands overhead. And exhale back down into our forward fold, placing our hands to the ground. Inhale, taking a step back, dropping into Chaturanga. And exhale, upwards facing dog. Inhale, upwards facing dog. Stepping or hopping to the front of the mat. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway's lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, swooping hands overhead into mountain. And exhale into our forward fold. Inhale, taking a step back into Chaturanga. Exhale, upwards facing dog. Nicely done. Inhale up, downwards facing dog. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway's lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, swooping hands overhead. And exhale back down into our forward fold. Inhale, hopping back, Chaturanga. Exhale, upwards facing dog. Inhale, downwards facing dog. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway's lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, swooping hands overhead into mountain. And exhaling back down into our forward fold. Taking a step back, inhale, Chaturanga. Exhale, upwards facing dog. Inhale, downwards dog. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway's lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, swooping hands overhead into mountain. And exhaling back down into our forward fold. Hopping back, inhale, Chaturanga. Exhale, upwards facing dog. Inhale, downwards dog. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway's lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, swooping hands overhead into mountain. Nicely done so far. Exhale into our forward fold. Inhale, hopping back into Chaturanga. Exhale, upwards facing dog. Good. Inhale, downwards facing dog. We'll pedal it side to side, walking forward to the front of our mat into our forward fold. Taking a moment here to open up the hamstrings. We'll inhale up into our mountain. And we'll take a step back with our right foot into our high lunge. Shoulders are drawn down away from the ears. Hands are facing each other. You can get as low as you want today or as high as you need to be. Knee is over our ankle. We'll exhale, hands to heart center. Twisting. Taking that right tricep against the left quadricep now. Trying to keep the hands towards heart center as we twist open that side body. Inhaling through that tightness. and exhaling it all out of the body. Nicely done. We'll inhale as we step feet forward, stepping back into mountain. Exhale, stepping the left foot back now into our high lunge. When you're ready, take one more deep inhale, placing the hands together as we exhale and twist now to the left. Keeping the hands to heart center. Getting into that high lunge twist. Continuing to focus on our breathing, preparing our body for half moon today. Nicely done. Inhaling as we step the foot forward, coming into mountain. We're gonna lean now to the right, placing both hands together, opening up our side body here. Take a moment to close your eyes and breathe through all the tightness. We'll switch sides. Nicely done. Finding our relaxation and our flow today as we begin to lose ourselves and get ready to get deep into our creativity. Inhale back into our mountain pose. Exhale into our forward fold. From here, you can bring your hands behind your legs, pulling deep into that forward fold. Exhaling, letting go of any tension in the hamstrings. Letting the body just feel relaxed at this point. When you're ready, we'll drop both hands down, stepping our feet back, downwards facing dog. Nicely done with that. We're gonna open that right leg up, three-legged dog. I'm gonna stack both hips, hip over hip here, getting into the next phase of our flow, getting closer and closer to our peak poses. Opening that hip, stacking them side to side. We'll bring that right leg in between both hands. We'll walk those hands back as we begin to extend that right leg down into pyramid pose. You can take that left foot and open it up at a slight angle. And just bring your head down to your knee. Nicely done. We'll bend at that front right knee when you're ready, pushing off of the ground. We'll open up that left foot as we bring that left hand behind the back, right hand overhead into reverse warrior. Just gazing at our fingertips here. And we'll extend that front leg now, coming forward. We're pushing those hips back. Right hand is coming down on the outside of that right leg, wherever we feel comfortable, as that left hand is pointing our fingertips to the stars. Allowing ourselves to get deep into triangle pose here. Opening up, preparing our body for that balance that is needed in half moon. Nicely done. Bending at that right knee, we're going to push up into warrior two. Arms are out long. We're gazing down our fingertips. Our knee is over our ankle. You can reposition your foot if need be. We're staying strong in our pursuit today of engaging our creativity and being our true authentic selves, bringing that to the world. Cartwheeling our hands to the front of the mat, stepping back. We're going to stack our right foot over our left foot now, bringing that right hand up, We're in our side plank, flexing through our core. The entire side body is engaged as we're keeping our balance here. Going to be very similar to our half moon pose, coming very shortly. We'll bring that right hand back down into that high plank and then up into downwards facing dog. We can pedal the feet side to side for a moment and then pick that left foot up into three-legged dog, stacking hip over hip, just as we will in half moon pose. And stepping the foot in between both hands, walking those hands back into pyramid, straightening out that front left leg. We're bringing our head down towards our knee. That right foot can open up just slightly for our pyramid pose. From here, bending that front left knee, pushing our hands off of the mat, we're finding ourselves in reverse warrior. Right hand behind the back as the left hand comes overhead, and we gaze to our fingertips. If you need to, you can also place that right hand on top of the thigh to help keep that balance. Make sure to sink deep into the hips and keep that left knee over the ankle. And we'll shift our hips back now as we come up and find ourselves in the triangle pose on this side. Left hand down towards the ground. We're straightening out that leg. You can keep a slight bend if need be. The right hand is pointing up to the stars as we find our balance and support on this side. Nicely done. Bending that front left knee. Keeping our balance as much as we can. We'll push up into warrior two. Arms are out straight. Left knee is over left ankle. We're just gazing down our fingertips. Princess Thea has been able to join us. Such a delight bringing your dog out. Cartwheeling our hands forward, we'll step back into that high plank and then transition to the side plank. Left foot over right foot. Our left hand is up towards the sky as we flex through the side body on this side. Connecting from the tailbone all the way to the crown of our head. Keeping everything straight throughout the entire body here. We'll bring our left hand down and we'll bring both left and right knee open, big toes together as we sit back into our child's pose. Nicely done. We're going to prepare our body today for the peak pose. We're going to put tree pose together with our half moon and our warrior three. Gauging our creativity, finding our balance through the arts. From here, inhale up, downwards facing dog. We'll walk our feet forward. When you're ready, we're going to start off bringing that right foot in to the left leg. So you can keep it down towards the ground or you can bring it below the knee or above the knee, whatever feels comfortable. Hands are going to come out from that tree pose. Keep them in towards heart center if you have a hard time. But when you're ready, extend the hands out into tree. Just finding our balance here. And when you're ready, start to push that right foot out, stacking our hips as we drop that left hand down towards the ground. This is very difficult. So try to stack those hips, flexing the side body. We're on our hand, just as we were in side plank, we're flexing through our core, trying to keep our leg straight with the rest of our body. And our neck is elongated. And our hands are nice and open, opening up the entire side body into half moon. Nicely done. Proud of you guys. Engage that creativity today. We'll drop our hips, bringing them parallel to the ground. We'll take hands overhead from here in Warrior 3. We're flexing that back foot, bringing the energy all the way from our toes through our fingers. We're traveling a straight line. Nicely done. When you're ready, we'll drop those hands in the foot, back down into low lunge, step back, toes together, knees out wide as we step back into child's pose. Be proud of yourself. We're engaging our creativity physically, mentally, and spiritually today. Anything that's in our path will be faced with our happiness and our awareness of our inner beauty and our inner creativity. Pushing up into downwards facing dog, we'll walk our feet forward and we'll find ourselves in tree pose on this side. Bringing that left foot in to the inside of that leg, finding our balance as we bring the hands out wide. As you'll notice, anytime we do tree pose, it's always difficult depending if you're wearing long pants or if you're in leggings or what have you. It'll be a little bit difficult depending on what you're wearing. When you're ready and you're sunk down and you're grounded, we'll take that left foot back as we find ourselves in half moon pose, stacking those hips over hip. Right hand is towards the ground, finding our balance. Left hand is up in the air, pointing to the stars. If you fall out of this pose, just find yourself pushing yourself back into this pose. Find comfort in today's practice. This isn't easy, so be proud of yourself for staying committed to your practice today. Flexing through that entire side body. And when you're ready, stack those hips parallel to the ground. Push that hand up. We'll take hands overhead. Shoulders are drawn down away from the ears. The left foot is flexed as we're in Warrior 3. Just finding our balance here. One of the hardest flows right here. Taking the back foot and the hands down to the mat. Step back, big toes together, knees out wide, into child's pose. Nicely done today. Take this creativity that we had in today's flow and take it with you. Any projects at work, any projects at home, in your family life. Take this same intention with today's practice to you throughout the rest of the day and the week and the month. So far we're doing great, guys. We're gonna go into our cool down. So first we're gonna find ourselves in our gate pose, stacking hips over knees. We're gonna take that right leg out and we're gonna take the left arm overhead. Just slowly taking that right arm down the leg for balance and support as we open up that left side of the body. Good. We're going to switch sides, bringing that right leg in. Left leg is going to go out. You can angle that foot outwards. Bringing that right arm overhead as we bend and open through the side body. Left hand is going down the left leg into gate. And gaze upwards towards the sky. Good. We'll come out of the posture from here. Taking the hands and windmilling them back on top of the ankles. We'll drop that head back as we open our hearts to the sky and open up that throat chakra to the stars in camel pose. Opening up that chest and the inner shoulders. Good. Nicely done. We'll come out of that pose just as we got into it. When you're ready, we're going to find ourselves in hero's pose. We're going to drop our hips down towards our ankles now and slowly walk our hands backwards. Wherever we feel comfortable. If you want to balance on top of your forearms, you can. But if you can get your back all the way down, we're going to cross opposite hand, opposite elbow. Just inhale throughout the tightness in the quads and exhale them all out of the body. Nicely done. Bring those hands back up, pushing off of our forearms. Cross our legs from here. We'll go into our easy pose twist. Inhaling and exhaling as we twist open to the right, pressing our hand against our quad. Using that right hand behind ourselves to balance ourselves. Inhaling to lengthen the spine. And exhaling to get deep into that posture. Nice. We'll switch sides from here. Nicely done with today's practice. We're gonna push off with our heels into plow pose. So the feet are coming overhead, or you can drop those knees beside the head, whatever feels comfortable. The toes can touch the ground, they can. You can interlace those fingers as well and drop those hands out long as we open up all in that low back. Letting go of the last bit of tension in the body. When you're ready, bring those hips back down to the earth. Let those legs, let those feet come together. Knees open up wide and open as the hands are coming out. The recline bound angle pose. Just opening up those hips. Miss Thea has enjoyed our practice today. She's finding peace with us, enjoying the practice. We'll take our feet out long, opening up our hands to the stars as we lay down into Savasana, taking this moment of relaxation for ourselves, letting go of any tension in our hips, in our legs, in our upper body, in our chest, and our shoulders, letting go of our tension in our face as well as we lay down into Savasana. Take this moment to disconnect from everything on around you. you're ready, we'll begin to wiggle our toes and our fingers, bringing awareness back to the body. We'll roll over to one side. Pushing off of our form, we'll find ourselves back in the easy pose, just as we started today's practice. Inhaling, hands overhead, letting them meet, and exhaling them back down to heart center. Thank you so very much for joining me with our Hatha Flow today. Engaging our creativity. Take this same mindset and the same love of our practice and our theme with you throughout all of your life. Thank you again for joining me. We'll seal our practice as always, repeating after me, Namaste.